Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. Let's get straight into it. Breaking the US is halting plans to impose sanctions on China's Ministry of State Security in efforts to keep trade talks progressing. President Trump has also reported no longer imposing new export controls on China. This is good news that we're seeing. As you can see, the crypto market is still on its green movement from 2 days ago. But if we go and we look at where we are right now, the market has stopped a little bit. XRP is currently at $2.17. Bitcoin at 93,429. So we're lower than the 94,000 high that we saw yesterday. But still, if we're looking at the 4-hour chart, we are very, very high on the stochastic RSI. Same thing here for XRP. So would it be surprising to me if we do see a little bit of a pullback today? No. Okay. We do have initial jobless claims that is coming out today. Remember, we haven't had a job report in a while because of the government shutdown. So there could be data that is coming out today that could rock the market. Okay. We need to take that into consideration. And that might be the reason why we're seeing a small sell-off. You can see it's mixed because there are some green elements here on my list. But for the most part, we are in the red since GMT time. But of course, if you go out 24 hours ago, there are some that are a little bit more green, okay? So that's very, very important to remember. What we also saw is that the US Treasury just bought back $12.5 billion of its own debt. This is the largest buyback ever in US history. Debt buybacks, liquidity support. Liquidity support equals risk asset potentially going up. They are flooding the system with liquidity to support the bond market. You combine that with quantitative easing that could be coming. Again, quantitative tightening ends, right? But we'll see when QE starts. A massive amount of fresh liquidity potentially entering the market. So if you look at all the data points, it suggests that Q1 to Q2 of 2026 should be bullish. Only one fear factor is the Bank of Japan raised interest rates on 19th of December. But remember, they also announced a $185 billion stimulus plan. Now, on Japan, right, we are seeing that Japan's 10-year yield continues to go up, highest since July of 2007. In 2009, it was negative 0.28. That's 220 basis points reversal, the largest bond repricing in modern Japanese history. The anchor under 500 trillion in global derivatives just snapped. But here's what no one is telling you. Japan is raising interest rates into a stimulus package, okay? No sovereign in history has ever attempted this. Tightening monetary policy while exploding fiscal policy into 255% debt to GDP. This is not central banking. This is a nation choosing its method of own, banking, right? We'll see what happens. But Japan crisis is the world crisis, right? And we'll see how this plays out. Again, the stock market, very, very S&P 500, very, very close to the high. NASDAQ, a little bit off still, but very close to the high. Crypto, it seems, has been the asset that has hurt the most because of this Japan carry trade, it seems, right? Again, I don't think it's retail that is flocking away. It's more algos, it's more big money that is shifting. And it could be, Japanese holders that are unraveling positions. We know that there was, of course, the effect of the October 10th aftermath that we saw that sell-off. And, when we talk about it and, I always give it to you how I see it. Again, this video is for educational purposes only, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. This is what I think. This is what I'm seeing. Right now, we might be seeing the lowest sentiment in the market that I have seen in over a year. Okay? The views are down. The interest is down. It could also be because of other factors around how YouTube works and things like that. I don't want another vacation, so I'm being very careful. And because of that, maybe you might not be, you're seeing less of me. Also, I've been making a little bit less videos, but all in all, it seems that the market, the interest of retail has gone down. And when that happens, and you're watching this video, so you're not one of those people, right? But when that happens, if there's no real catalyst and there's no real FOMO and there's no real thing that causes retail to come back, then you can't sit back. Well, the market is terrible, right? Yeah, the market is terrible because people are checked out. When they get checked back in, it just, we had that one day which was very good, right? And I saw a little bit of an uptick in interest, and then like it came back down. So this is just how it's going to be. I've seen these things before. We'll see it again. This is just how it is. You have high, 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 and then you have maybe a month or two of sideways movement. People lose interest, and So again, I appreciate you watching me, daily for my updates and my news. If you're not subscribed yet to the channel, subscribe and ring the bell to get notifications about videos that drop. And you can always find me, by the way, on the subscription page. So if you're not seeing me, or you're feeling like you need more of my beautiful face, you can find that on the subscription page. So that's very, very important. So you can always know what's happening daily. And we also have the free and open Telegram group. So I update there as well. I send a link so you don't miss out if you don't want the notifications, and so you can go to the Telegram group as well. Sorry about that. There's a conference going on. I don't know if you guys know. Crypto Week of, I think it's Binance that is the organizer there. And there's a lot of videos interesting that are coming out. We talked last night about Brad and what he said. And again, I don't know why that video didn't get any juice. I don't know why, but it is what it is. I'll link to it at the end of this video if you missed that. But this says here, this is the most pro-Bitcoin statement from Larry Fink yet. At the Deal Book Summit, BlackRock CEO said he thought process has evolved on crypto, then proceeded to explain Bitcoin's entire use case to a room full of Wall Street elites. He framed Bitcoin as protection against physical insecurity, financial instability, and long-term debasement, and said that recent crash has driven by leverage players, not fundamentals. Fink runs $13.5 trillion and just positioned Bitcoin as a macro hedge, not a speculation. And when he blames the drawdown on leverage, he's telling institutions the long-term thesis is intact. Like, this is something that I have been also, saying. So Larry Fink agrees with me. That what happened on October 10th was an outlier, right? It doesn't change the way I think about the crypto market long-term. When I'm seeing all these factors, all these things happening. Just yesterday, we talked about, Schwab that is coming in. Vanguard came in, right? Or opened their doors. And so this is, a totally different situation. Then we have also Brian Armstrong, saying basically that Coinbase is competing with BlackRock, becoming part of the infrastructure to rely on, sitting actually next to him and saying, hey, we're now competing with the big dogs. We're not just there as dressing, right? We're here and we're part of the market and we're part of what's happening. So it will be very interesting to see what happens here today, what happens with the job reports, what happens, day to day. Again, day to day, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how the market's going to react to the job report, if it's good, bad. If you're watching this video and the job report has already come out, so let us know in the comment section, and we can, if you're in the Telegram group, I'll react to it. So it will be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. Another way you can support the channel, if you are interested, is signing up with our partner BYTFI to trade the market. They have spot trading, they have copy trading, they have also leverage trading. If you are interested, and we have this competition that is going on as well, giving out a big amount. So if you're interested on that, link is in the description down below. We will see what happens with the market, but you can always take advantage of upward and downward movement if you're interested. Link is in the description down below. Again, this is another way you can support the channel using my links if you're already trading, and I really appreciate that if you use my links and not someone else's links. There's a little competition between us on that. So please trade responsibly, again, and I will get a commission. Don't forget to drop a comment, 8 for infinity and beyond, and smash the like button. Check out these videos if you haven't seen them yet. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.